YouTube. This is going to be an at the bench review on my favorite knife sharpener. This is the Work Sharp, I don't know, outdoor knife and tool, whatever you want to call it, sharpener. So there's a bunch of reviews on this, sharpening knives and whatnot. And it comes with, obviously, the sharpener, a guide that'll do kitchen knives, outdoor knives, it'll do axes, lawnmower blades, all that good stuff. But what I want to show everybody is how to do broadheads, specifically traditional broadheads. You can do more modern type broadheads. I've done them before, but I shoot a lot of traditional broadheads, so I'm going to show you this. If you can see this, this is an old Ace Express, and it's, I don't know if you can see that, but it's rusted. It's been in a drawer, I don't know how long. It just happens to be mounted on a River Cane arrow with a Osage self knock. But as you can see, it is not very sharp. It's rusted. It's seen its better days. So we are going to get it back in shape with the Work Sharp. So the first thing I do for a traditional broadhead is I don't really use the guides. The guides, the angle is wrong on some broadheads, and some broadheads it isn't. But it's easy enough to do without the guides. So this kit comes with a fine belt, a medium belt, coarse belt, a couple of each, some instructions, and all that good stuff. So a lot of traditional broadheads come with a crappy factory grind or no grind at all. Should it have any of those, I start with the coarse. This one has been sharpened at some point before, so we skip the coarse. We, for now, skip the fine and we go to the medium. This thing is easy to change the belts on. Let's run it through here. Stick it on. Make sure you're close. I hit it a couple times. So if you look at the guides when they are on, it's setting that blade down into the belt at a certain angle. So I kind of mimic that, but freehand. So let's just do this and you'll see how it goes. So I always count however many passes that I go. You cannot hold it very long in certain spots or you're definitely going to screw your blade up. But other than that, this thing is very easy to use. It recommends turning it on and off through the pass. A lot of times I don't do that. So let's get this thing back in order. I stop and check to make sure I'm cutting all the way across the blade, and then I repeat on the other side. If there's anything else I want to take off, or if I want to change my angle a little bit, I'll adjust from there. But at this point, it's not super critical. So with that, we've removed a lot of the rust. You could lay it down at a finer angle and get the rest of it. But you could clean this up. A lot of times these black heads or these spring steel heads, I'll paint them. I don't know why. I like a green head, so I paint them green. I have no why. It's just my preference. So anyway, we've done 3 passes on each with the course. I'm kind of checking to see if there's any sort of burr going on here yet, and then we're gonna go 3 more. So we're starting to get a pretty decent edge. It's where I want it to be. If it wasn't where I want it to be, I'd give it a little bit more on one side or the other. It takes a little time to get used to that, but I'm going to go ahead and switch to the fine belt. And these grits are listed on the box. 80 grit coarse, 220 grit medium, and a 6,000 grit fine. The fine is pretty fine. So, and I'm going to repeat the process. So now we're really starting to get pretty sharp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate back and forth and do about 1 pass on each side, and you'll kind of get the picture here. So there you have it. Let's do a little paper check. Will it shave hair? Now you can refine from that. If usually I'll end there. I don't want to go extremely sharp. Shaving sharp is plenty good for me, but if I'm in the field, if we're on an elk hunt or an extended deer hunt, this little cheap wheelie sharpener is usually what I take. So before I go, I like to make sure that a lot of the burrs and things are off the broadhead, if there's anything left. So I'll run it through there a couple times. If I feel any sort of drag whatsoever, I'll kind of concentrate on that spot. That looks pretty good. So the bench, set your angles. This thing works great for knives. It works excellent for broadheads. In the field, this is light. I put a rubber band on it so the wheels don't clank together. But this will, if you've got a dull broadhead or a knife that needs sharpened, once your angles are set, this one works pretty darn good with the angles that you get from the work sharp, as opposed to carrying a generator and extension cord and stuff elk hunting. So one more time with the paper. And there you have it, folks. The Work Sharp Outdoor Sharpener's Knife and Tool Sharpener. It's just about foolproof if I can do it. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks, everybody.